time has come. Execute Order 66.
Those born of Mandalore strayed away from the path. Eventually, the Imperial interlopers destroyed all that we knew and loved in the Night of 1,000 Tears.
It's well hidden and unstable. One blast to any part of it will destroy the entire station. Oh, it's beautiful.
So you know the spot that you were talking about when we were watching the trailer, where Ahsoka and that guy, what's his name?
I don't know his name, but you're talking about where in the World Between Worlds?
Yeah.
What about it?
Nobody has mentioned maybe that like they have mentioned that maybe that is the World Between Worlds, but they haven't mentioned what you mentioned during that last episode that we did about how they might actually be like guardians of that place, trying to make sure nobody messes with time, like you said, because Dave Filoni came out and said that these guys, they may not be the bad guys you think they are, and they're not Sith, and they might not be as bad as you think they are.
Well, man, if I was right, dude, I'm gonna be so happy. Like,
yeah, if he's right, y'all heard it here first. Just saying.
Anything and everything nerd style, baby. Sorry.
Take that one, nerd theory.
I mean, hey, we're not gonna try to stab anybody down. We're gonna lift them up, man.
I'm kidding. Yep. Because we looked it up and it didn't say like it was like
the lightsaber.
Yeah, something about hope.
It's about it represents hope, courage, and it also represents a very not very, but a
very strong,
a strong force wielder.
Yep, exactly. So that's freaking cool.
That is freaking cool.
Now, also, do you think that they kind of lose the war that's going to happen, and that's how the First Order rises to power?
Are we talking about Ahsoka or are we talking about Mandalorian?
Ahsoka and Mandalorian.
I think the events of Mandalorian, or the Mandalorian, I think it's going to turn into, because I think it's 15 years after Mandalorian is the events of Ahsoka. Or no, I'm thinking.
No, it's during.
I'm thinking of the Rey.
Yeah, it's during it.
Okay, so I don't know.
I have a feeling that they're going to end up losing the war in the end, and that's going to be the rise of the First Order.
You talking about Mandalorians?
No, all of it. Because you know how like one of the movies are supposed to be about how all these TV shows come together for one big movie.
Yeah, kind of like
I have a feeling that they're going to lose the war in that movie. I also think that the First Order is going to rise to power after all these seasons meet up in like the final movie that happens.
Yeah.
Because that movie that Dave Filoni is supposed to be producing, it's supposed to be all these shows bunched into one, and I think they lose that battle, and then that's how their First Order starts.
And dude, see, that's what I want to see. I want to see the coming of story of the First Order. I think that's going to be interesting.
I think they're trying to show how Palpatine was made, is alive or never died or something. How there's clones of Palpatine, and they're also going to show how Snoke was made.
Man, that's going to be so cool, dude. Mm-hmm. Man, Disney. I know there's a lot of haters about Disney, and I think they're silly, because it's over politics almost. Okay, like, dude, come on, like. It's still stories. it's stories that's canon. Okay, and not only that, it's stories that are almost borderline educational. When I say educational, I mean like movies you'd watch in school. Okay, it teaches you about what is and what was and how things became or how things ended. So I think that's
Star Wars
really
has
cool.
always been political. Even when
Yeah.
George had it, like the first 3 movies, it's all about how Palpatine rose to
I'm
power.
talking about like what's her name, Lisa Kennedy or
Kathleen.
Kathleen Kennedy. I'm talking about that. Like out here in the real world, like left and right. Like I just think, oh, that's crap, stupid. Like if you don't like it, great, dude. But don't try to spoil my fun.
Yeah.
If I like it, you have your opinion. I have my opinion. Let's just be happy together.
And for whoever's sitting there trying to change somebody else's opinion, leave them alone. Like this little asshole that commented on one of my comments. I can't. If I would have cared that much, I would have got your name. But I'm calling you out, buddy.
Not really. Just calm down.
The sequels suck. Get over it. Sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're good. The sequels are okay. Okay. I just don't like that the storytelling was done by multiple people because it lacked vision. It lacked a singular vision that led down a singular path. And instead, you had multiple people come together and mash whatever the freak they thought was great. And guess what? It didn't mash up well. And kind of like Bethesda. Bethesda has a really bad train wreck history of on launch day, other games completely crapping out, bugging out, and everything on launch day. And now with Starfield, that's officially supposed to come out sometime in September, the month after my baby's born. Now I can't put like full-fledged game time in. Like, forget you, Bethesda. Forget you. Okay, I'm kidding. I love you. I'm still gonna play the game whenever I can. But they've learned their lesson to just take it easy, back off of pushing it out too early, and let's make a really good final product that everybody will enjoy and come to love.
When you were talking about taking it easy and pushing it out, I was thinking about taking a dump.
Well, on those sequels, you can take a dump.
I'm going to, because that shit sucked. I don't care what anybody else says. They gave us 3 characters, or like all the main characters you don't even care about. Finn, you had a chance to care about, then they screwed the pooch on that just because they wanted to make more money and sell it around the world, even though they all watched the old Star Wars with all the other... I'm not going to get into this.
Anyways, you want to start the show?
Yeah.
Hello there. And do you suffer from emotional stress?
It's all Obi-Wan's fault. He's jealous. He's holding me back.
Do you walk around all day feeling angry for no reason?
No.
When you see a youngling, do you feel like slaying them? Then you might be suffering from Sithitis. Take Jedi'd. Take Jedi'd once a day to keep the Sith at bay. Jedi'd.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? Do you like Star Wars? Because we do too. Welcome to Nerd Out Nerd Style. I'm Clint Ritchie.
I'm James Orr.
Get ready to nerd out with Mando. Episode 3. Wait. Episode 7. Season 3. The Spy. The Spies. With an S. Plural.
Yeah. Plural.
Yeah.
Plural.
That's what plural means, right?
Yeah.
Okay. It's been a while since I was in school.
Singular is one person. One spy.
That's right.
I'm trying to brush up on my literatures and English and science and math because I'm about to have a daughter that's going to need to know all that crap, and I'm going to have to help.
Well, they learn most of it at school.
Yeah, but my niece came home. Hey, Uncle Jay, how do you do this? How do you do that? How do you get these answers? And so That was awesome. We're just gonna forget about that fucking light and not worry about that right now because I need a better solution. Anyways,
Yeah, but before we get into this,
I'm just leaving it in. Fuck it.
yeah, before we get into this,
Sorry.
I want to know who you think the spies are.
Man, obviously, Elia Kane is one of them.
Yep, she's the main spy that we know of.
Right. But let's break this down just for a second. Okay? In the start of it, Gideon talks to Elia Kane. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And, well, I guess let me just touch base on this first part real quick. So, Elia Kane goes down to the lowest level. It looks like the lowest level. It's definitely a lower level.
It's definitely a low level, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and so she goes around the corner of a dark alley, and she sees a droid, and the droid scans her. Okay, and she gives a code. She says code TK2755, and then it powers up, and then it opens up a little hologram projector. And it's Moff Gideon, which we already knew he was alive. Okay, if you remember the derelict New Republic transport ship, okay, it had a piece of Beskar in the hull.
Right.
So he got rescued by someone wearing Beskar. And originally, I thought it was Mandalorian, but we'll soon find out. Maybe there's a different twist at the end of the show. So,
yep.
Anyways, and we know Axe Wolves, which was the leader of that fleet for a while, was a gun for hire. So, maybe, possibly, he's a spy too. Because he's also the one that escapes out of that gunfight.
I also think the armorer is a spy as well.
Really?
Yes, okay.
What's your reasons?
Her and Moff Gideon have kind of the same helmet. Mm-hmm. It's a little different, but they both have the Mandalorian helmets.
Her and who?
Moff Gideon.
Okay. He also has a Darth Maul helmet?
Yeah, he's got spikes on the top of his helmet, like she does.
I didn't catch it. Didn't notice. I was just too busy, like, nerdgasming when he dropped below.
She also never goes with them.
Yeah.
She's the one that told Bo-Katan to unite them and took them there, and then she left them to get slaughtered.
Well, she also took somehow they had Mandalorians survive the bombings, the Night of 1,000 Tears.
And that's why I think Axe Wolves is one, because he kept on saying, I was here when the bombings happened. Those one guys asked, well, how did you survive? Because they survived by going around. They said, we survived on this moon, but they didn't ask Axe Wolves, who was on the planet, how he survived.
Yeah.
So I feel like he's undercover.
Maybe he got caught by Moff Gideon as well.
Yeah, for sure. Something happened, and I think he's a spy. I think the armor is a spy. I think
everybody's a spy. Fuck it.
Elia Kane is a spy.
Yeah. Confirmed.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like there was one more. Maybe not. Maybe that's all I can think of. I feel like there was more, but I heard somebody was saying that they might, that they think, what's his name? Tuppen? Turtle? Something like that.
Colonel Turtle? Colonel Tuttle?
Tuttle, yeah.
What about him?
I heard somebody say that they think he's a spy.
Really?
Yeah, because, like, he didn't go and help them and stuff. He's only in, like, a short scene to me, but he is higher up and he can. Like, you know how, like, whenever all that stuff was wiped off.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever what's his name?
Dr. Pershing?
No, Tavin or Pop
Oh, Teva.
Teva.
Teva. Yeah,
Teva? Yeah,
Captain Teva.
Yeah, when Teva went and asked them about it, he talked to Kane. She said, this, that, and the other about the planet. Then he's like, oh, well, sorry, can't help you. But he's the one on the computer, because at the end of that, whenever they find out that is Moff Gideon's ship, they find out that all the stuff has been erased off of it, but it has been reported missing. The ship has, but everything's been deleted. Maybe he's the one deleting it because he's told him to not go looking for it.
Right.
To just drop it,
Well, if you remember, Dr. Pershing was in the business of deleting files.
That's true, but
Maybe-
Persing would have been, but I don't think that he is because she kind of messed up his brain.
Well, yeah. Yep.
Like if he was a spy, she wouldn't have done that, in my opinion.
But
All right, so
yeah, you want to start this show? Well,
it made sense. Yeah, it made sense to me that Tuttle.
Title.
Yeah, it made sense to me that he might be a spy after somebody said that, and I started thinking about it. I'm like, ooh, yeah,
Damn.
that is possible.
Yeah.
But he only had such a small part. I also think that maybe Jack Black's character is a spy, but not like a spy.
Maybe
I
all
feel
of
like-
them. All the rehabilitated are not really rehabilitated.
I agree 100%.
Maybe.
100%. All right, so like you said earlier, we're back in Coruscant. We see Elia Kane walking through the streets. She takes a little corner and she goes on down to a probe droid. This probe droid opens up a hologram after she says TK 2755 or 275, one of the two, right?
2755.
Yep, 2755. Now, if you don't know what TK means, I went ahead and Googled this.
Ooh,
It means Trooper Corp. Yep. For like the stormtroopers.
Huh.
Or maybe just Imperial or something. I don't know. Trooper Corp. That's what it means. The droid opens up. Moff Gideon pops out, a little hologram. He says status report pretty much. And she goes, I think our friends or our pirate friends on Navarro are going to, or what did she say? Are in some trouble on Navarro. Ran into some trouble. Gideon says, but your last report said that, everything should be good, that the Republic's not going to help them out.
Right.
She says it wasn't the Republic. It was the Mandalorians.
Bum, bum, bum.
Da-da-da. Yes, which Mandalorians? She replies with, it was Bo-Katan Kryze and her squadron, along with Din Djarin and his covert. Which is actually a lie. Because it was just Din Djarin and his covert.
And his covert and Bo-Katan, and that's it. Because at this point in time, Moff Gideon is thinking that Bo-Katan is still over the fleet.
Yep.
Which she's not. Well, she is, but she wasn't at that time.
Yeah, she was. She was whenever he got arrested.
Yeah.
And then afterwards was when they all left her. Moff Gideon says, but this can't be. Those two squadrons hate each other. Kane says, yeah, that's why I'm calling you.
Yeah. That's why I called you with haste.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gideon then says he'll deal with it. Which I don't know what the hell he's going to do. But we find out later on because he's got spies.
Yeah. And then he says that continue your mission. Like, ooh. What mission is it? What's her mission?
She's just to gather intel and report back to him.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to guess. But then after it closes, he turns around and he starts walking away. And all these doors start opening up. And we see all these stormtroopers kind of in the Beskar armor. One would guess it's in the Beskar armor.
Yeah.
'Cause that's
So
it's a nifty looking suit for sure.
you want me to take it from here?
Yeah. Go ahead. Start reading. I want to go pee, and then
Okay.
I'll be back by the time you get back.
All right, cool. So Gideon starts walking down a long hallway with several soldiers or guards wearing white armor, and looks to me it looked really reminiscent of Episode 1, where Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon are going through the red, I guess, force fields or something. I'm not sure what they are. But anyways, it looks something similar like that, where the gates open, but this one looks like it just goes. But anyway, so Gideon walks into a laboratory full of tanks before entering a conference chamber. Several Imperial officers are meeting via holograms. One of the officers reports that the New Republic is vulnerable, but they must be cautious about revealing their true strength. A male commander disagrees and suggests that the plundering the hyperspace lanes can be profitable. The Captain Gilead Pelion, I'm not sure, Palion? I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right.
Helion.
Yeah. So warns the commander that his hit and run operations are gaining too much notice. He warns that if they are perceived as anything more than a group of disorganized remnant warlords, the New Republic will step up their efforts to hunt them down. A female officer adds that that the citizens are loyal to the former Galactic Empire. The Galactic Empire. Sorry, I couldn't resist. On every planet in the galaxy. She adds that they are growing sick of the New Republic and its rules and regulations. When another bearded officer suggests using a show of strength to get these loyalists to rally around them, Pelion advises that the strength must not be wasted, and adds Grand Admiral Thrawn's return will herald the reemergence of the Imperial military. He adds that it might give General Brando Hux enough time to deliver on Project Necromancer. Hux smiles and motions. So I'm trying to see right quick what
Project Necromancer is I sent it to you. No, I didn't. It's pretty much what it is. What they're doing is trying to clone something to be the new leader.
Okay.
I think I took it. Oh, where's my phone?
You want me to continue reading?
Yeah, continue reading. I'll be right back with my phone, and I'll be able to tell you what that is.
Okay. So Gideon remarks that Pelion speaks with much authority, but notices that Thrawn is missing from the delegations. He asks him, when will Thrawn be able to participate in the Shadow Council? He replies that the hope for their success depends on the secrecy of his return. Gideon expresses that his skepticism is, expresses his skepticism by a scoff. Or scuff. And then saying that he has heard few rumors of the return of Thrawn, doubting Thrawn's return. And Gideon suggests that they look to new leadership, which is supported by Hux and the female warlord. Hux says that Project Necromancer is in place for that, and asks Gideon about Dr. Penn Pershing, the researcher that he had promised to the Shadow Council. And Gideon reports that Pershing is captured by the New Republic, and that his research was lost. Hux confronts Gideon about rumors that he held Pershing captive and was attempting his own experiments on Navarro. Gideon turns back with the creation of the clones is Hux's obsession. and that he can account for what goes on in his sector. And he adds that the same can go for every member of the Shadow Council. Gideon goes on to observe that the warlord scrape for resources, while Pelion and Hux amass resources and equipment that should be shared. And Hux is aware of Gideon's request for 3 Praetorian guards and thinks that Gideon is concerned as an assassination is imminent. And Palin remarks that Gideon thinks he's being the flashy one. And he goes like, really? Anyways, Hux also talks about Gideon's request for reinforcements as his TIE fighters intercept the squadron. Gideon
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Do you think they damn it, I forgot about it. Okay. It was back a minute ago what you were saying.
Sorry. Gideon requests bombers to deal with the Mandalorians, explaining that he believes. Now here's where the spy part comes in from Axe Woes. He believes that they are preparing to retake their homeworld of Mandalore. When Pelion remarks that a resurgent...
Oh, I remember.
Go ahead.
Do you think that Moff Gideon was doing his own kind of experiments on Navarro, considering he was the one trying to get Grogu's blood and stuff like that?
I think he was trying to see if he could adapt the Force abilities, the metachlorians, from Grogu to himself. Because he seems really hell-bent on becoming a Sith, like a full-fledged Sith Lord.
Yeah.
I mean, in my opinion, of course. I don't know. Comment down below and let us know what you think.
Yep, let us know, please, after you hit that like and subscribe button.
All right, so when Pelion remarks that a resurgent Mandalore would harm their efforts, Gideon argues that they need to stomp out the Mandalorians now. They all agree with Pelion promising him his reinforcements and guards. Gideon says that they will be rid of the Mandalorians once and for all, leading to the Shadow Council and saying, "Long live the Empire!"
Long live the Empire.
It's so good. Man, look.
Project Necromancer sounds pretty much like it sounds. What they're doing is they're trying to bring back Palpatine to rule over everybody, or at least some kind of Force user to rule over the Empire that they're trying to remake. Now, it was an Imperial operation in effect during the time of the New Republic. Captain Gilead Pelion spoke of the project in a meeting with the Shadow Council. The Shadow Council was all of them. If y'all didn't hear what James said, Commandant Brindle Hux.
I just called it Brindo.
Brindo? It has an L. Brindle Hux.
Is it L?
Yeah. Brindle Hux was working on a project and discussing it that aims to introduce a new leadership to the Imperial remnants. So, like, he's trying to find a new leader. Mm-hmm. That's pretty much what they're doing. He's not trying to find a new leader. He's trying to resurrect a dead one.
Necromancer.
Yep.
Maybe this is going to tie into how Palpatine got revived.
Yeah, for all those people that try to say that the clone wasn't the one that fell down the shaft, or that was a clone that fell down the shaft. I think y'all got it wrong. I think that he actually did fall. They got little pieces of his DNA. They try and make a bunch of them. They get a bunch of Snokes, and they get one kind of fucked up one. That's the one we see in episode 9.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know for sure, though, but I think so.
But, yep. Crazy, dude.
It is crazy.
Man, it's going to be so good. Mandalorian is setting things up like, dude. It's going to be.
I wrote it down right here.
I
took all that time looking for my phone and stuff, which was right behind me. I'm so stupid.
It's all right, man. We still love you, man. We appreciate you.
Thank you. I hate putting myself down, but I love to do it.
But man, dude.
Yeah, so the fact that they let you know that they're working on a way to bring back Palpatine somehow, Palpatine return. They're working on a way for that. They also let you know what happened kind of with Pelion, how he's like indisposed right now. He's because Kane fucked up his brain, and that he was the one that was trying
You
to.
said Kalion? Pelion?
Huh?
Did you say Pershing?
Yeah, Persing. My bad.
Sorry.
I said Killion or Gillion. What did I say?
Pelion, I think.
Pelion. Yeah. There
But
you
I
go.
was like, it's the right P, it's the wrong rest of it.
Persings. Sorry,
You're good. You're good.
I do that a lot apparently.
No, it's okay, man.
So we found out all this stuff within this little bitty meeting, and if you didn't find it out, I'm glad you found it out now. Now, back on Navarro, the Mandalorian fleet is flying over the city, and the protocol droid starts to freak out, of course, because all the lights get covered up. You know, it's like almost like an Independence Day effect, you know, when that big old ship goes over,
Right.
and it blocks out all the light, the natural light coming from the sun.
Hey, I got something, and I'm sorry to go backwards, but when they're talking about Thrawn, do you think Thrawn is going to be in the season finale?
I don't
Next
know
week?
if Thrawn's in it, he might show up at the very end with like a reinforcements.
Right.
But other than that, I think he's going to be in Ahsoka.
Yeah, maybe he'll show up kind of like Superman did in the Batman movie at the very end. Just like it just like shows and then it's done.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Never mind. I might be thinking of something else.
I don't watch DC. No offense for all the DC lovers out there.
What? How can I watch DC, Marvel, Star Wars, Star Trek, and some Harry Potter? How is this possible?
And then you say that you're not a nerd.
I didn't say I wasn't a nerd.
Yeah, you
I'm
just
just not
feel
as
like you were a nerd.
I just don't feel like I'm as big as a nerd as you.
Well, it's because I like anime too. That's like the only
Yeah.
difference in cartoons. I love it. Our cartoons and anime, man.
So
And actually, I don't like I didn't like anime as much as I do nowadays.
Right.
I'm running out of stuff to watch, so I watch the anime, and I go through a couple of them before I find a really good one. And like some of them are fucking good, dude. You can't just knock it because it's a cartoon.
right.
Look at the Clone Wars.
So Praetorian Guards. Have we seen those weapons before? I don't think we have we?
Well, I don't know about those weapons, but that's at the end.
Right. Sorry.
So
You're right. I got it written down right here
But
because
they
it's
are-
mentioned in that
Right.
briefing.
Right, but they are. If nobody knows who the Praetorian Guards are or where they come from, you got to watch episode 9 or episode 8 because they're the ones guarding Snoke, or were they the ones guarding the Emperor at the end? No, because there was nobody there at the Emperor, right?
Yeah,
I don't know. I've watched those fucking movies like 2 times because it's just. I don't fall asleep during Star Wars movies, unless it's episode 1, and I really love episode 1. It's just so slow.
It is slow. But back to task at hand.
And I like to put them on to fall asleep too, so there's that.
Whoa. Hey, look, if you want something to fall asleep to, Kardashians.
No, I'm never going to put that on my TV.
Well, I don't. My wife does sometimes. And I'm not like this. Like a light bulb, dude. Like, I turn it on, I'll watch it for like 30 seconds. I'm like, dude, what the fuck? I'm kidding. It's not that fast, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so back to what I was saying. The ships come over. The droid freaks out. He goes up to the fucking Karga.
Yep.
And he tells Karga, Imperials, and he's like, no. Look at the markings on that. That's not Imperial. That's Mandalorian. Boom, boom, boom. Sorry. So it goes back over to where Bo-Katan and everybody else is lined up. Bo-Katan says, I hope these people get along. They've never met each other before. And everything that they've heard about each other, they don't like.
Yeah.
So it's already
It's already like a really like sketchy situation.
Yep, and all the Mandalorians, they come out and they look at one another. The other ones start taking off their helmets. Paz Vizsla looks at his son and says, "Take all the kids inside," or looks at somebody and says, "Take all the kids inside," because shit's about to go down.
Well, I think he tells his
They
son
pull
that
out their viper
before.
blades. They rocket and they start fighting all kinds of crazy.
That don't happen yet.
What?
That don't happen.
Okay, I'm sorry. That's what I wanted to happen, but that didn't happen.
For Mandalore
No. Yeah. You're fighting each other. No.
again.
So they do say take the kids inside.
They do.
But after the stare down happens, the
Did
armor
you see
walks
Paz
out.
go like this?
Oh, he was ready, man.
Like he was like cracking knuckles, man, about to bash some skulls. Like y'all ain't got no helmets on. How you gonna protect your noggin in a fight, dummy?
Should have took your helmet off. Pop, pop, pop. The Mandalorian. Okay, so, but the armor walks out, banging her step together. She says, welcome, clan, what the fuck is their clan name? Kreese?
Hold on. It says the armor welcomes newcomers and issues order for a feast.
Okay, shit. That's what she says. And then they
Be
start
prepared.
They start cooking those little pterodactyls that they
Yeah,
rescued
I
from
didn't
the
see
vomit.
that, but like I saw the picture on Facebook,
Yeah,
and I was like, dude, I didn't even look. I wasn't watching that. I was watching Bo-Katan and the other Mando, seeing what was going to happen.
I don't know if that's actually those little pterodactyl dragon type things, but they fucking look like a big ass chicken. So,
This is the way.
and we didn't see them hopping around anywhere.
Like they just left the planet and didn't take the birds. Like really? And I don't know, dude.
They ate those damn things.
Maybe so.
Yep. When they left the planet, they said, I can't put this in my. Oh, I guess they did put it in the ship that one time.
They did put it in the gauntlet, yeah.
Yeah, but we got more people now. Not enough room. We gotta eat that shit.
And they got that big ass light cruiser. So
Oh. Well, that's after they get to Navarro, though.
I thought that's where we're at.
Yeah. But like they had already, they weren't the ones that brought the chicken.
Oh yeah, that's right, huh?
Yeah.
Shit. Well,
So Carter
go ahead and
shows
take
up.
that out of the damn recording. Don't need to put myself looking like a Cooper. I'm kidding. I'm leaving it in there.
I was like, okay. Karga shows up though, holding a nice little bottle of, I want to say whiskey or wine.
It's an expensive drink apparently from all the way from Coruscant.
Yep, all the way from Coruscant.
Wait, why does he have a bottle from Coruscant? Hmm. They're the outer rim, huh? Or rim, huh?
Well, they're in between mid and outer.
Okay,
That's
so
what's going on.
if the New Republic didn't want nothing to do with them, which is on Coruscant,
Well, it's not that they don't want nothing to do with them. They've already like
so who
they're
brought
they're allies, but they haven't pledged their allegiance.
so who brought the whiskey?
You think he's not a
He
spy?
could be a spy.
He's
He
not a
could
spy.
be a spy, dude.
If he's
Totally.
a spy, I hate Dave Filoni.
I mean, how else did you explain the whiskey from Coruscant?
Anybody could have brought it to come. I don't know. What if it was the
Unless he bought it as a gift.
Yeah, I mean, they get all kinds of stuff from everywhere. They can't grow food.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it's just an innocent bottle of whiskey, and
I want to think it is. He's got
But
me
it's
like
nice.
he is not an evil guy.
he was.
He was an evil guy.
Season 1, that dude was a prick.
But he helped Arnold Schwarzenegger fight the Predator, so we gotta let him pass. So, anyways, he tells them that he might want to wait to drink this until you get around a smaller crowd.
Yeah.
But I do need to show you something. Why don't you follow me?
So
This is when we see IG-11. Hey, what's that little alien called?
the Azarian?
Azarian.
Azarian? Is that what it is?
Anzarian. Wait. I think it's an Anzarian.
Anzillion.
Anzillion. There you go.
Yeah.
We see IG-11 controlled by an Anzillion walking through the doorway, and Mando says, "Whoa, whoa, whoa," and Karga says, "Don't worry, don't worry. We've hollowed out all of his middles, took out all of his guts, and we took out his memory chip. This thing's completely harmless." And the little guy hops out. Grogu freaks out, starts walking towards it, and he says, "No, no," and bad baby, no squeezy.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie, that's probably my favorite part.
That part was good. And then Mando says that he can't operate it, like he can't operate heavy machinery.
I think he's too
He's
young.
too small. Yeah, he's too young. He says nonsense.
Well, he says no. He smashes. They got 2 buttons apparently that talks, and this is the first time we hear Baby Grogu, not Yoda, Baby Grogu talk, and it's via a button. Okay.
You know what's funny is
What?
I did hear of a what's it called, an interview that he did, and they asked him if Grogu's going to be talking here soon, and he goes, "I don't know, we'll see." Like getting to like, yeah, he's talking, but it's not how you thought he was going to be talking.
Yeah, it's communicating, but it's not communicating, but with just 2 words.
Yeah, I liked it. I loved it a lot.
So, anyways, Mando says, "I think he's too young," and he goes, "No, no." And Grief Karga says, "See, he wants to try it out," and he's like, "Yes."
Yes.
And then Mandalorian's like, "No, I don't think. No."
Yeah, he puts his hand up.
and he tries to take him out, right? And then Grogu uses the droid and puts his hand out and is like, "Fuck this, I'm walking off, dude." And he starts walking around into shit, right? And into the into that Grief Karga statue, the head. And I'm like, dude.
It was a good part. Yes. It was awesome. And then it cuts over to them walking on the street, and he's still saying, yes. And as they're passing food, Grogu decides to show his dark side. And he starts stealing, even though he knows it's wrong. And he squeezes one of those fruits.
Well, he
Because,
picks up that I don't know what the hell it is, but it's a tub. It's like a little box of something, and he goes, "Nom, nom, 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 nom. Here's your eating episode, bro." And he goes, "Nom, nom, 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 nom." And I'm like, this dude's so fucking hungry. Din Djarin's such a bad dad. He don't even feed his fucking kids. Anyways, and so he says, "Hey, man, you got to pay for that shit, dude. You can't just pick that up and eat it." And then
No.
he's like, "The fuck?" And then Jordan hands him some money, right? And then the shop owner, and then he picks up this lemon or land. I don't
remember what it's called. It's a fruit that you first see the fruit in Rebels. It's that fruit that Ezra is sent to go get on some planet.
Lothal?
No, I think it was a different planet. But they sent him. Maybe it was Navarro. I don't know. They
No,
sent him to
Lothal.
go. Maybe was it Lothal?
I thought it was. I thought it was
If
his
it
home
was,
planet.
if it wasn't, I don't know. But they sent him to go get some kind of fruit, and he takes Zab with them. Or
Zeb.
Zeb. I don't know why I'm called Zab. He takes Zeb with them, and they go off and get into some crazy shit with some stormtroopers and stuff.
Yeah.
It was really good. If you haven't watched Rebels, go watch Rebels. I know it's a cartoon, and people can't get past cartoons.
Dude, it's so
Go
good.
watch it.
Don't worry about the cartoon. Just be in it for the story. Trust me, you won't regret it after the second season, going into the third. It's so good. Anyway, so Grogu picks up that pineapple thing, right? And he's like, and Din Djarin's like, "No, put that down." Like, and he's like, "No," and he squeezes it in the shop owner's face. It was priceless. He was like, "Ah," like. It was so funny. I was
It's
laughing.
like an anime. What?
What?
But now we are up to the speech with Bo-Katan.
Yeah, nighttime?
Yeah, nighttime.
Okay, you want me to take it?
Yeah.
Bo tells everyone that this is the time to retake our home world. Even if the planet is not cursed, there are still dangers such as that lie below the surfaces and stuff like that, right? And their magnetic interference makes it impossible to communicate from orbit to the surface. So we're gonna go down as a landing party to secure a security zone, right?
Yep.
So we're gonna go down and send a small party down to recon and scout the surface, looking for the forge, the Great Forge. Once it's all safe, they're gonna bring down everybody else. Kree seeks volunteers from both tribes. Okay. And nobody at first wanted to even like lunge or jump or think about it. Din Djarin, of course, being the Mandalorian.
Amando.
He's like, I'll go. And so will Grogu. Grogu's like, fuck you, bitch. You
No.
go.
Grogu stands up. Like, yeah, I'll go too.
Yeah.
That's a good timing. Good job.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I get to play your part that time.
Oh, yeah. So, Din Djarin volunteers himself and Grogu, and Koska Reeves, Axe Wolves, Vizsla, and the Armor, and several others from both tribes also volunteer. And I was really surprised to see the Armor go, but I mean, if you're going for the Great Forge, I would think it'd be pertinent to have the Armor show up.
Bye. She never goes. She left before they got trapped.
Yeah.
She left before the fight where you had to use guns. I don't know.
She got lucky because she probably would have got her ass beat.
Did she, or is she a spy? And now she's up top, being able to take care of whatever the fuck's up there. And then, how the heck is how is what's his face? Wolves even supposed to get to anybody? Because he left too.
Right.
How is he supposed to reach anybody? Does he have the keys to one of their ships? I want to hope so. Because
they only brought down one ship, right? The Gauntlet, and the Armor took the Gauntlet back to orbit.
So how is he getting back up there?
He's gonna fly, dude. Through the storms, through the lightning.
With his rockets?
Yep.
They messed up. Okay,
know,
sorry. We'll get to that. We'll get to that in a minute, though. Keep going.
That was it.
Oh shit!
They take off the Mandalore.
Yeah. So after they go through this wicked storm, they pop out on the other side and they can see Mandalore. Paz says it's worse than I thought. Then Axe says, I'm pretty sure it's Axe. I was here when the bombs dropped.
Yeah.
Or when it happened. So she goes down. They drop them out of the sky. They fly down for a minute. You know, it looks all cool as shit. Then she comes down and lands. Mandalore, or some of them actually land on Mandalore for the first time.
Most of them do.
Yeah, all the ones with their helmets the ones that don't take off their helmet.
Oh, the Night Watch, or whatever.
Yeah.
Death Watch.
Not Death Watch.
Yeah.
Death Watch was bad guys.
Oh, whoever they are. The Armor. We'll call it the Armor's crew. How about that?
Yeah, I can't remember what they're called either. I do know what they're called, and now I'm having a brain fart, and I hate it because it's always on camera. I'm like, oh. But I'll be talking to all my friends and be like, blah, 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 blah. Did you know? Oh, it's shit. I think I'm annoying them sometimes. So, of course, they tell them the coast is clear. She comes down. She lands.
They all exit the ship, right? And then Bo tells the Mandalorians that below lies the ancient capital of Sundari. She says that they will survey the surface until they find the Great Forge and establish a perimeter. Bo also adds that they will only bring down settlers once it's safe. After walking a distance, Din Djarin spots a large vessel coming their way. So he says, "Look on the horizon."
Yep, it's a ship with people looking for food. They call out. Bo-Katan answers, and they ask, "Is that Lady Bo-Katan, Kryze?"
Mm-hmm.
And she says, "Yes, it is." They fly over. They find out that they're Mandalorian. Now, she asks, like, what happened, or they say, "Sorry that we failed you, but our blasters are still yours." This is the other people I think might be spies. We don't know for sure, but we don't know nothing about them.
Yeah.
Armorer did take some of them back. What if they weren't actually sick? And that she's going up to take over the fleet up top.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's so many things that could be happening. We
There
have
is.
no idea what's going to happen until next Wednesday.
And that can't come soon enough. I would really, now hear me out, I would really love to find a way that we could live watch it, like watch it together or something and stop it and then talk about it and then react live to it. I think that'd be pretty cool. If not watch it live, watch it one time, no notes, talk about it, geek out. Because I always geek out the hardest right after, right?
Yeah, I don't.
And then
I noticed more the second time I watched.
we can make a deep dive video like we're doing right now, like we've been doing pretty much.
I'd rather just watch it together. If we could watch it together,
Yeah.
and record us watching it, like that'd be different than as like I don't know. I'd rather not do the geeking out thing because I'm just gonna be like
We're gonna just nerdgasm everywhere, like skeet, 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 skeet.
no. I want to figure out how to do the watch party. We should definitely spend a bunch of time trying to figure out how to do that. I'm gonna Google it today.
Yeah.
For anybody who's watching this now, if you want to come watch this or come join the watch party, let us know. I'm gonna figure out how to do it.
But you got a week. It's not even a week. It's like 4 days.
Yeah.
Get your shit together. I'm gonna post this video today. It's gonna get posted tonight.
Get your
'Cause
shit
I'm gonna be out of
together.
town. Yep. I'm coming home.
I want to do that. I want to do a watch party so bad.
But yeah, so they go exploring, right? They get on the ship and everybody's like, "All right, time for a circle jerk. Let's play Soggy Biscuit."
Oh yeah, well first after they pick them up, they go to eat food.
Yeah. He asks them, "Do you got food?" And they're like, "Yeah." Like, we're not landing on a derelict planet just to come down here and starve. Like, we got rations. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, Bo-Katan, as they're sitting around eating, the leader of the group says that they did this. Oh, they did all this to Mandalore to show everybody a lesson that this is what happens if you don't surrender. This is when we find out that Bo-Katan says that she did surrender, but that's not true.
Yeah.
After we pretty much lost the entire war, I went ahead and met Moff Gideon, and I surrendered. That's how he got a hold of the Darksaber. But he betrayed us, and he bombed us afterwards. Or that's whenever they did the Great Purge.
Right. Which is fucked up, dude. That's such a shady thing to do, okay? And she also mentioned that he was ISB. So he wasn't even a moth yet, dude. A moth.
Yeah.
Not a moth, a moth.
Do you think that he used to be Mandalorian? And because there's some I don't know if this is true. I didn't actually look it up. But I heard that there's some Imperial troopers that used to be Mandalorian but followed Darth Maul into the dark side and then like just stayed with the Emperor.
Huh.
Yeah, I don't know.
Interesting. Very very considering is interesting. What
Like,
the hell am I talking about? I mean,
Maul
gosh, what's
wasn't
Lisa doing?
Maul wasn't with the Empire at the time,
Yeah.
but I don't remember how it like connected. And I didn't look it up, and I didn't like actually. I just heard somebody, like I was listening to some stuff about like how they could be connected at some point. I don't know. It was a while back.
Yeah. So, oh man, where were we at?
Yep.
Shit.
Yep. One asked how they survived. I think we went over this earlier. They asked like how
How have y'all survived being down here like the whole time? And they said we kept moving on the surface. While the bombs fell, we'd move somewhere else.
Yep. And then they asked how they survived. They said that that they lived on the moons of Concordia.
Mm-hmm.
Then they didn't ask Wolves how he survived, even though
Which
he was president.
I would really like to know. Cause how did he survive and get off the planet?
Oh wait, I don't know. I have no idea. That's what I'm saying. I would love to know that.
Yeah.
If they could have asked that question, and we could have had his explanation, because we already knew that they were on the moon of Concordia. We already knew that.
You want to know why we didn't get him asked that question and why he didn't give an answer?
Because he's a fucking spy.
That's right. He's the one.
He's one of the ones.
He's the only one. No, I'm kidding.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm kidding.
Well, anyways, he asked like if they were Death Watch. She says, or she responds with, "Death Watch exists no longer. It's shattered into many fractions.
Many factions that's fighting along amongst themselves.
Mandalore has always been too powerful for any enemy to defeat. It is always our own division that destroys us."
Mm-hmm.
So Mando comes out to Bo later that night and says, "I had no idea." He was taught that everyone but his covert had forsaken the way. But now I understand. For 1,000 years, they have been on the verge of extinction. And for 1,000 years, we have survived. We will rebuild. Bo says, "I don't know if I can keep everyone together. There's too much amnesty. Amnesty? Amnesty? I don't know. And their blades, and this blade is the only thing that unifies our people."
Yeah.
Din says, "That fucking blade doesn't mean shit to me or my clan. The only thing that we rely on is loyalty and character. This is the way.
This is the way."
This is why I serve you, Lady Kreese," as he takes off his helmet, and then he leans in and gives her a fat kiss. "Oh, Din, I love you so much," she responds, as they take off each other's armor and move inside the tent. Ripping each other's clothes off, they thrust back and forth, feeling each other's body. No, I'm sorry.
Damn, I was getting hot over here. Woo! Is it me or is he just getting excited?
I want to write a book.
I see. Tales of the dark side.
He doesn't actually do any of that, but he does say that he will serve you, Lady Kreese. He tells her that your story is not yet written.
Your song
is not yet written, and I will be here until the end, until it's done.
Yep.
Night happens. They wake up the next day. Go ahead, James. You got the next part?
Fuck no. Okay, so they get up the next day, right?
Well, the armorer says that she would take the weak back to the ship.
Right.
Then Bo asks the others.
Right, okay. And flying through a storm, they see Moff Gideon and a destroyer blowing the shit out of the fleet. They're like, yeah, everybody gets shot. No, I'm kidding.
That's not what happened.
I'm kidding. That'd have been pretty cool. That's what I was expecting to see. But so the armor takes the wounded back to the gauntlet, flying through a rainstorm during the journey to the forge. Vizsla and Wolves play a game of chess. I don't think it's chess. I think it's like
It's
Mandalorian
definitely not
chess.
chess, but they said that One Piece could jump One Piece. So like if the horse is the only one that can actually jump other pieces, but the queen can play like every piece but the horse. But if it can play like the horse, I feel like it should be able to jump. I don't know the actual
So
the way the game's supposed to be played, but I know chess.
yeah, he says the Wingard can't make a flank jump. Vizsla replies that the enforcer makes moves like a Wingard, or sorry, says only the Wingard can make a flank jump. Vizsla says that the enforcer moves like a Wingard when it is flanking. Wolves accuses him of cheating. Vizsla draws out his vibro knife and demands submit or to fight. And the fight ensues. So
A little
the two,
epic fight. Go
a
ahead.
little epic. God dang, dude, that thing was heated more than your sex
It was
story.
better than bows and axes for sure. I don't know.
Yeah, it was.
And they had a smaller spot to do it in.
Yeah. Well, I think Paz gave him a run for his money. You know what I mean? So it says here that the fight on the deck of the land ship, they fight, right? And then Den tells Bo, say, "Hey man, I think I should step in." She says, "No one can step in at this point because if one steps in, then the other party will beat their ass for stepping into a fight that was somewhat legitimate."
Yeah, a Mandalorian fight, whenever you issue a challenge and somebody else accepts the challenge, you're not allowed to step in until one either dies or surrenders.
Right. Or submits.
Or submit that. Yes. Surrenders, submits.
Sorry, I was playing that on Paz Vizsla's ability to cheat. What? So, Vizsla throws wolves against the chest, and the two continue fighting. But and you see here, which I'm really happy to see. Okay, that Axe Woes uses his jetpack a hell of a lot more. I mean, initially when the fight took off, right? He hit the he's sitting down, he hits the thruster, and he's like, bam with the knee. And I'm like, dude, what a cheap shot, you little fuck.
Dude, but that's exactly how Bo-Katan fights too. They use their thrusters. That
Well, it wasn't expected though, you know what I mean?
yeah, that clan though, they like to use their thrusters. Even whenever
yeah.
Bo-Katan was running through the city, she was using her thrusters to jump over stuff or move out of the way. Like,
Yeah. Right.
or like
But-
I look at a lot.
So and then that's when Grogu steps up with IG-12 and says no.
No.
And then the two men take their seats and shut the fuck up for a while.
Yeah,
Stop
because you don't
bitching.
hit a baby.
Right, yeah, you can't hit a baby. Even if he is 50 years old.
He might be older than you, but he's smaller and
He's still a baby.
way less not as mature.
Right. And then Kreese tells Dinjarin that you taught your apprentice well. Din says, I didn't teach him that.
Yep. So now the big old they're going around and the big dinosaur type thing comes out and they see it way before they even get to it.
Yeah. Now, be honest with me, dude. Did you think
Instead of moving out of the way, they just kept going straight.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Now, be honest. Did you thought that was a mythosaur?
No.
I did. I thought that was a mythosaur. I thought, because it's an ocean, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, the mythosaur is like right there. It's like, fuck your couch kind of shit,
Oh, it was the desert still kind of. But I think the entire planet has this crust over it.
Right. Oh, bombarded.
Yeah, something.
I don't even know what to call it. Crystal?
Yeah, glass, crystal, kryptonite,
Oh, yeah. If you played Skyrim, it looks like glass.
Oh, yeah?
You know how...
That's what happens when you superheat sand,
Well, shut up, dude.
Glass.
Anyways, but yeah, so they abandon the ship, right? And then they're like, abandoned ship. And yeah, they get off.
Paz and Mando grab Grogu, fly off, save his life. Then they run into this little cave. Well, that's what I'm saying. How the fuck did they get hit by that? They see it way out in the distance. He calls it out. They run straight into it. They get smashed instead of taking a left, going around like a rock.
Yeah, like what the, like you're
Well,
retarded. Or,
but
not-
luckily though, they get smashed. They're all okay. They run inside the little cave. They go down the little tunnel. We need to make it further down. And all of a sudden, they're at the forge. So that was the perfect spot for their freaking ship to get smashed. Apparently, the other freaking people did not know where they were going, and they were probably just going to take them all the way down to where Moff Gideon was. That's why I think they're spies as well.
Indeed. So,
But after walking for a while, they do get jumped by a bunch of stormtroopers.
well, they get down there, right? And Paz was like, "Man, that's a great forge." And Axe tells him, yeah, it is, and we lived here once. And he said, "Y'all lived here?" And that other girl said, "We all did. Like we all lived here at one time. This is where we were at, like all the time. This is our house, our home." And he was like, "Huh, well, that's cool." But anyway, so about that time, they hear jetpacks. And I think Din's the one that said, "Oh, more Mandalorian survivors." And Bo says, "Those are not Mandalorians," and puts a helmet on, and another battle ensues. You got the part, or you want me to take it?
Yep.
Huh?
Hold on. While looking at the forge, they are attacked by the Imperials with Beskar armor.
Yeah.
Axe says, "I can run through the little, I can run to the fleet and bring back more reinforcements." After they're shooting for a long time, they get all pinned down. They move back. They have nowhere to go. Axe says, "I can get to this fleet and I can send in more reinforcements."
Mm-hmm.
Bo says, no, it's too far. You're never going to make it. Pez says, "There's a crack or there's a split in the ceiling. You can make it if I lay down some cover." So that's what Paz starts to do. Starts to shoot at all the people. And Axe flies straight up. And yes, he does make it. He is safe. Now, during this fight, I do love how the fact that whenever they get shot in the chest of the Beskar or whatever the heck kind of armor they're wearing,
Yeah.
they like, they don't die. And then I love it whenever Dan puts the gun up to the dude's neck and fucking shoots him.
Yeah.
And I was like, thank God.
Yeah.
They're actually killing people.
They're making it look like it should look like.
Exactly. There's been too much here lately that's not Star Wars like. And they have changed it to where they're actually fucking killing people like Darth Vader did at the very beginning and snapping people's neck and stuff like that. And they did that on Obi-Wan.
He did that on Obi-Wan, yeah.
He did that on Obi-Wan, but other than that,
sweet.
it was so kiddish.
Yeah, it
And
was
the
like
shaking camera. Don't ever shake a fucking camera unless it's meant to be shook. Jesus. Sorry, I had to get that off my chest, dude. It's weighing me down. I couldn't
looking at
breathe.
me?
Yeah.
It's
Stop
shaking.
that. Yeah, stop that.
I'm sorry, dude.
They're sitting there talking. It's like, oh no, which way are we going to go? Well, watch out, dude. You're in an earthquake.
Earthquake. What earthquake? Oh yeah. So, anyways, he escapes, and
after the bad guys start to retreat, they say advance and get trapped in an ambush.
okay, I got a problem right here, dude. as they're running through the tunnels, right? And it looks harmless like tunnels. And then you see an Imperial tunnel. An Imperial tunnel is not supposed to be underneath the ground on Mandalore. Like, that's not supposed to exist there. And yet no one stopped to say, hey, what the hell? Like,
Yep.
why is this a...
Well, they did kind of at the end. They like
at
got
the
to
end
of it.
when they got trapped.
Yeah, but before they didn't notice that it was like, but I mean, they did get ambushed by Imperial soldiers that were wearing Beskar armor, so they kind of knew that they'd been down there already.
Dude, I saw, I'm like, what the hell? Why does that look like Imperial tunnels?
I thought the same thing, and then and then in my head, I went like this. Maybe a lot of people make tunnels like that, but no. After they went down further and it was all open,
Yeah.
and you saw all the other Imperial shit, I was like, no, I'm fucking stupid.
Yeah. I mean, we all thought weird stuff at one time, but yeah. So they get there, right, and like, what is this place? Instead of like, get the fuck out of there.
Yeah,
You know,
grab one of those TIE interceptors and let's get the fuck out of there.
Yeah.
No, they all just stand there. They stand there and they say, "Run! It's a stampede." No, they say it's a trap or something like that.
It's a trap. It's a trap.
The doors start to shut. Mando and one other Mandalorian is caught out. They kill the other Mandalorian, but they fucking trap Mando for some reason, even though they didn't know who he was. Because those are random stormtroopers. Moff Gideon walks up and says, "Oh, Mando."
Well,
Doesn't say as good as Carl Weathers does, but
you forget to mention that Mando was fighting off pretty good, dude. And they grappled one hand, then grappled his neck, and then grappled the other hand as he's trying to flamethrow everybody. And then they crossed him up so where he's hugging himself.
I actually loved that part. They flew on each side. They flew from one side to the other. That way he went.
Yeah.
I loved it.
It was pretty good. It was pretty good screenplay, pretty good acting, and pretty good cinematography.
So Moff Gideon
Screenplay,
shows up,
cinematography.
and he tells them to disarm him.
Yeah.
Then he says, "Thank you for gathering all the Mandalorians together. You were talented people, but your time is past. However, Mandalore will live on through me," as he raises a knife and cuts off Mando's head. Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun-dun.
Mando, no more.
That's the end of Mando. Now it's called the Bo-Katan Show. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, he's kidding. He says, disarm him, and takes off his helmet, right? And now when he's walking, did you notice it sounds kind of robotic?
Did you think so?
Yeah, dude. It sounds like it's almost robotic.
Hmm.
And I was like, really? Like, maybe he lost a few limbs. I don't know. Because I don't believe he's a force wielder. So therefore, he wouldn't have the ability like Anakin to force use his limbs. So,
Well, I mean, if it's like, because he does say, "Thanks to your planet's riches and planet's rich resources, I have created the next generation of Dark Trooper suits." So I don't know. Maybe it's just a suit, kind of like the Mandalorians.
oh, maybe the Dark Trooper suit is what he's wearing. You remember the Dark Troopers, the robots ones in season 2?
Well, that's the thing. That's the old Dark Troopers.
Right. Maybe the new one is going to have people inside of it.
Yeah, and it's a suit with people inside it, and it's made of Beskar because Luke Skywalker was able to take a lightsaber and cut down those droids
Yeah.
like they were nothing.
And would you say those suits are made out of? The white troopers in his? Beskar. And what was in that derelict New Republic freighter transport? Beskar. So maybe the Mandalorians had nothing to do with the rescue of Moff Gideon. Maybe it was his group.
Or they did. That dude is still a bad guy. He hired Axe Wolves being a fucking still an Imperial, like we think he's a spy. He hired him, told him, hey, this is where that place is going. Don't worry, you can hide out on my planet because he's a fucking bad guy too, and all of our shit is still right.
And
We
we'll
have
pay
no
you,
idea.
and you can protect us. So it's a win-win. I don't know. I mean, no matter what, we're right because if it was,
I just want Jack Black to be a bad guy.
I know
I want to see him die again.
Anyways, moving on.
Imagine him just getting like
Laser.
fucking. I want like somebody cut his head off with a lightsaber.
And then as he's rolling around going, hee hee.
I just want him to have that face. It's stuck like ah. You know what I'm talking about?
Nah, not really, but that's okay.
Huh? So he says, every society has something to offer. The clones, the Jedi, and even the Mandalorian. By aggregating the best of each, I will create an army that will bring order to the galaxy.
Mm-hmm.
Then he tells his dark troopers. Oh shit, sorry. Then he tells his dark troopers to activate the TIE interceptors and the bombers.
Yeah, and
take care. Yeah, and take care of the fleet while we still have the surprise. Like it's the element of surprise. Sorry. Fucking reading stuff and I try and skip over things. I'm so sorry, guys. If I would just read it, it would be better.
And he also said to take Din Djarin to the briefing room.
Yeah, but, what do you think? What do you think the briefing room is?
Now, what would blow my fucking mind is if Din Djarin is a spy. Like, I mean, no one suspects it. No one thinks it.
He stole Grogu from the beginning to not let him. No,
right?
No. Let me hear your theory on why.
Okay, so on the Republic, on that planet with Jack Black on Plazar 15, he just led Plazir 15. What did I say?
Plazar.
Oh yeah, Plazir. Sorry.
No, you're good.
Plazir 15. He just lets Grogu go into their custody, knowing that he's rehabilitated, quote unquote. So they take his blood. Okay, so no longer does Moff Gideon want Grogu. Okay, while they're there, he's like, "Hey, tell us what we're doing, and I'll make a real handsome settlement for you. You know, maybe, this and that. I don't know." And then he gets there, and he's like, "Hey, here's your people."
He stopped them from getting them in the first place. There's no way.
Okay, question: Why kill the one Mandalorian and not Din Djarin?
Yeah, that was my fucking question.
What's the importance with Din Djarin?
Other than him being the main character, I didn't understand.
If you think about it, Din Djarin has nothing to offer. He don't have the Darksaber. He don't have knowledge of the cults, the covert, or...
He did beat Moff Gideon in a fight, and he's probably pissed off about it.
Maybe, but...
He's probably... You know what? He's probably looking for Grogu and didn't realize that he was in there. Because he didn't even know Bo-Katan was in there until she said something.
Oh, you think maybe he's going to use Din Djarin as bait for Grogu?
To try and find out where Grogu is. The debriefing room. He's going to try and get information to find out where Grogu is.
That's a good theory.
Reach a conclusion. Okay, cool. I actually didn't even think about that until I'm trying to answer your question.
That is a good idea. I like that theory. Comment down below what y'all think it is.
Yep. Let us know in the comments below while you like and subscribe.
And tell us how beautiful my beard is today.
Look, I'm gonna grow one, guys. Look, you can kind of see it growing in. I shave, and like I've been using that beard stuff. I got patches everywhere. It's gonna look nice when I get done with it.
It is indeed, Mr. Reed. So, what's his name? Moff Gideon tells Bo-Katan, he says, Um,
Well, she says, I should have killed you while I have the chance.
right. And Gideon demands that she surrenders the Darksaber and tell her people to submit that this planet belongs to me now. Vizsla, she looks towards Vizsla, and Vizsla defiantly fires his blaster, and Kryze attempts to, he says, this is the way, and fires his blaster, okay, and as he's doing that, Kryze is Bo-Katan is going to the back to cut a hole in the fucking door, right? Fucking epic.
So cool.
Anyways, and Gideon orders his troops to open the blast doors and kill them while they're trapped in there, basically. And Bo-Katan manages to cut a hole in the door. Okay, and she says, "Move out, let's go." And Grogu and everybody escapes, but Vizsla says that I'm going to stay here and cover the rear. And she said, "Everybody's gone, let's go, dude." And he turns around, shuts the door, boom. He says, "This is the way."
He says there's too many of them.
Yeah, and this is the way.
Yeah, this is the way.
My God, dude, what a fucking badass, dude.
I got a problem with it.
What's up?
Okay. Not only could he have hit the button and rolled underneath, because he's a Mandalorian, and escaped that way. If he was
flew?
No, he sat there and he fucking killed off every single one of them until the
Praetorians.
Yeah, the Praetorian guards came.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, if he killed off all those by himself, what would have happened if they all stayed and killed him?
Yeah, maybe.
They would have fucking definitely killed those Praetorian guards.
Well, the only reason he didn't kill them is because they had those weapons. I don't know what they're freaking called, but they're badass.
Well, he ran out of bullets. This is another thing.
He didn't run out of bullets. The damn gun melted.
It overheated. Now,
Yeah.
he's been shooting this gun this entire time, nonstop. It never did that before, but all of a sudden, whenever it's supposed to fit into the story, it happens.
Yeah.
I had a problem with it. The Praetorian guards, if they all would have stayed, they would have killed them. There would have been. He could have rolled underneath it after shutting the door. Right. There's so many things that could have happened.
Yeah,
and he's just like, "This is the way," and then fucking dies stupidly. Which it was actually badass how he died. Very emotional. I didn't like the fact that he died. I love Paz Vizsla. I keep going on to people's stuff and I tell them that he's dead. Or I keep on going on people's stuff and I tell them he's not dead, and they tell me, "Oh, he's dead." I know he's dead, but he's not dead. So there's that. Go ahead, James.
That pretty much finishes it. It literally cuts out right there.
Yeah, it does. That's right. He gets stabbed. He gets stabbed in the neck. He's freaking dead. He's not dead. I don't know. Star Wars.
I would really like to not be dead, but those things look like it penetrated his armor.
Yep. Oh no, it didn't penetrate his armor. They got him one in the side, one in the back of the neck, and then one up here. Right underneath the side of it.
Okay, so no armor penetration. It's just got him in the skin.
Yeah.
Got it.
It got him in the weak spots.
I really enjoyed this episode. Even Din Djarin getting taken prisoner. All the way up to the part where Paz Vizsla dies. And then I'm like, fuck this episode. This episode sucks. Damn it.
Well, I've said multiple things that I had a problem with already.
My problem was that I had with it is that they ran through tunnels that clearly are Imperial.
Is that your least favorite part?
Yes. Matter of fact, it is. Well, okay. No, actually, my least favorite part, but understandable and heroic, is Paz Vizsla's death.
Heroic. It was stupid. Sorry.
It was, but I mean, no, yeah, whatever. Let us know what you think, okay? But my least favorite part is that they ran through a tunnel that was clearly Imperial design and just flat out ignored that it was. I mean, it's all around you like this. It's all around you like this. Okay? You're telling me you got tunnel vision? No. I'm sorry. They don't jive with me.
My least favorite part was whenever that big old thing destroyed their ship. Like, how are you gonna call it out fucking 300 feet away, not move, keep driving straight towards it, just for your thing to get smashed and then y'all end up in the right spot? I don't know.
I think they moved towards it.
They moved towards it?
Yeah, I think so.
Why?
Maybe they thought, hey man, that looks like a good place to go. Let's check it out.
They called it out. They saw it.
Maybe that's where the forge is. Right? They recognized the landmass, the little cliffs or whatever. And they're like, hey, that's where it's at. Let's go. And then that beast pops up out of the freaking ground.
They saw it move. They saw it move a couple times. And then he called out some kind of beast. He said something so many yards out. Yeah. And then, like, I don't know. I just feel like they saw it from a mile away, and they drove towards it instead of moving. Yeah. And it just so happened to be where the forge was.
Perhaps.
I didn't like that. What was your favorite part?
Grogu getting, he was on the table, and the Anzelian was like, oh, bad baby. No squeezy. And Grogu was like,
I think that was everybody's favorite part.
I mean, it was sweet. It was nice. It was kind. Nobody died. Nobody got shot.
My favorite part, though, was whenever one of the Praetorian troopers stabbed Paz Vizsla in the neck. That was so good. Watching his death. I'm kidding. I liked how they were showing death. I like that.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Well, not only did they show death, it looked accurate.
Yeah, exactly. They didn't make some.
It wasn't like they just got shot in the chest wearing Beskar armor and then they died.
Yeah, it was actually really good producing or directing.
Yeah, screenplay, cinematography. It was great.
It was a good film.
Yes, it was impressive.
All right, what are you going to rate it?
Probably rate it 7.
7? Mm-hmm. I thought you said you really liked this episode.
Until the end.
That you're going to drop it because Paz Vizsla dies?
Well, what the hell's your rating, Slick?
Mine's a 7.2, but I had a bunch of stuff wrong with it. I called out a bunch of stuff that was wrong with it that I felt like.
Look, I have reasons, okay? I didn't like the fact that everybody showed up on Navarro and they left a perfectly good, sound, safe planet to go take back a homeworld that you basically. I understand they want to take their homeworld back. Okay, it's not missing me, or I'm not missing the point. But why? You have children. Why? Why risk it? You know, why not build your forces? I don't know. Learn to get along better. Learn to trust each other. Maybe before you go on a delicate mission.
They definitely should have found out who the fuck the spies were. Because that's a big problem.
I don't think they knew about spies yet.
I think the fucking armor is so damn secretive. She has to be a spy.
Maybe. Maybe not.
Let us know what you think down in the comments down below. But before that, James, take us out of here.
All right, folks. Thank you for watching our video. Please like and subscribe to our channel. It helps us out so much. Comment down below what your favorite part, not so favorite part is. And let us know what you thought about the episode yourself. Just whatever you want to say. If you want to just give us a thumb up, thumb down, kind of a hand like
5 stars on Spotify.
Yes.
No less.
Do it.
No more.
Anyway, so check us out on Facebook, Discord, and YouTube, obviously. Shit. I'm so used to Spotify. I'm so used to making reels, it's unreal. Get it? That joke. Anyways, hold on. Let me do a dab. Yeah, how you like that? Anyway, so there you go. And
I
so,
hit my Vader. What?
did you say it's time to invade her?
No, I hit my Vader.
But anyway, so check it out. Check us out on YouTube, Spotify, and the other channels on YouTube, right? And Discord, Facebook, anything and everything nerd style. Facebook is totally fun. It's innocent. It's sweet. It's a little raunchy sometimes, but it's okay. We'll push through it. If you don't like it, we do. Please join it anyway, because whatever, what else are you going to do with your time? You can also mute notifications. It's a wonderful thing. It's a wonderful feature.
Join and mute that shit because we don't need your comments anyway. We just need you to join.
We want your comments. We just don't want you to know when we talk. No, I'm kidding. Totally. That's stupid. But anyway, so check everything out, man. Drop us some likes, drop us some subs, and also check out our other channels where our movies. We've been taking a couple of weeks off this past week or two. But check out our old movies and stuff. It's good. It's good quality content. It's getting better all the time.
Our original podcast.
Yeah, the OG of podcasts. No, our podcast.
Fifth Element.
Yes. So
this one coming up.
I think that's it, dude.
Yep, I think that's it. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, like I've already told you before, and get the fuck out of here, everybody.
Peace.
Good job.